guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. And I am back 2 days in a row, but today for our normal Tuesday card making. Or Tuesday in Australia, Monday in the US or Northern Hemisphere, where lots of you are. Sorry, just grabbing up my second screen before the notification runs away. Today, using Lots to Celebrate stamp set, yet to be inked up. Hello, Miss J. A lot to be not inked up, so I thought I need to grab it out today. And it has a companion partner, which is Jar of Flowers and the matching punch. So I have grabbed that out as well. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I sort of have some ideas. I have also asked over on the SU Color Challenge that I am on the design team for. I have asked for a color challenge. And these are the colors that I have. Sorry, just getting off the glare. Pretty Peacock, Merry Merlot, Bumblebee, and Seaside Spray. I think I can do something with these really good. Really well. Oh my god, reading good in a comment at the same time. I really can speak English, I promise. Yes, I know, I love a good jar stamp as well. Although I never bought the previous one that Stampin' Up! Had, but I always regretted it. So now I have two. So I have made up for the fact that I don't have a jar set. Now, if you are watching me for the very first time, welcome. Please say hello. Yes, I know, Jamie, I'm already there. Or I could make a coloured jar. A coloured mason jar. I have all the ideas happening at the moment. So welcome, please say hi so I know you're here watching me. The thing that makes me doing my live videos the most fun besides card making is having people here with me to interact, to give me ideas, to heckle, because they always heckle. Yeah, they try and put me off and make me say inappropriate things, which is always fun. Yes, I know, Roz. I bought it. I wasn't going to buy it and I bought it. That's why I'm using it. And if you enjoy what you are seeing, please make sure you are liking and getting notifications here on Facebook, and in the video press the 3 dots to make sure you're subscribed to get notifications of when I go live. And if you're watching the replay on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe, because I do put up all my replay videos. And I also, oops, sorry guys, that was a bit eventful, wasn't it? You guys did a whole flip. It was very graceful, I must tell you. Your flip was very graceful. So what I was saying is subscribe. I do YouTube exclusive videos as well as showing my replay videos over there. So make sure you are following me in both places. Who asked? Yes, you, Jennifer. So what I'm going to do, I have also grabbed out the Jar of Flowers for Every Season paper, and I have picked out this Bumblebee paper because I really like the background. Good afternoon, Nicole. It's morning on your side of Australia, not mine. And I grabbed out the Jar of Flowers stamp set. So I have an idea. We will see where we go with this. So let's flip us around. I've already got up, or partially got up, my video, my replay, so I can see everyone's comments. And we'll see where we end up with this card. I'll pop in my colours as well. I hope not to drop you again. I'm so sorry about that. I hope everyone survived without any injuries, because, you know, it's very hard to fall over without injuries. Trust me, I know. Okay, flip that. I knocked those over. Oh, I do have a nice crack on my screen protector now. I extended a crack that was already there. That's why we have screen protectors, right? Okay, I appear to be straight. It all looks good. I know, so do I, Jamie. It's a curse of having boys for me, and they didn't mind the Transformers. So I'll turn off the light, get rid of shadows, and be back. And for all those of you that were wondering about my dentist appointment, it's all good, and I did have a toothache, but it's just sensitivity, it's not decay. So no drilling in my teeth, they're all clean and feeling lovely. And yeah, as always, I love catching up with my dentist because I used to work for a dentist many moons ago. So hello, Miss Jamie, Miss Roz, Miss Joanne. I haven't used the sets in the holiday. Oh, so you haven't used this one, Roz. Hey, Marjane. Hey, Trudy. Haven't seen you in a while. Yes, Jennifer, pipe down. And Miss Nicole from the other side of Australia. Hey, we've had a Nemo card, a Harry Potter card we could do. I don't have any ideas for a Transformers card, Jamie, so maybe we can workshop something. Hey, Delinda. Oh my God, all the things are falling down behind me. I don't know what's happening today. I must have a ghost in here. Don't know. So, first thing first, let's prep this stamp set. So I did show you this yesterday, how I prep my stamp set. So this is new. It did have the back plastic cover on it, which I don't keep. So all I do to prep my stamp sets is this is only for my photopolymer. I do generally clean my rubber stamps, and what I'm doing is just rubbing my finger along the stamping lines, and this just, I don't know what it does, I can't tell you scientifically, but there is generally some manufacturing, I know, they're extremely shiny when they leave manufacturing, and it just doesn't lend itself to our ink adhering well to the stamps, and you can get some pooling. So that is that whole stamp set done in like a couple of seconds. So they are all ready to use, and I will have better images using that. Okay, now my plan in my head is these are meant to be strings in the jar. Now, I like that look, but I'm thinking these colours are more lending to a bouquet of flowers. And I haven't used this image here. So what I was thinking was using this jar with this bouquet of flowers and decorating the jar with one of these images, and I was kind of thinking the hearts or the stars. So tell me what you think about the hearts or the stars. Oh my God. Oh, you guys had fun with Agadoo yesterday. I'm glad. It's like, it is a coating. Thank you, Nicole. It is. It's just a coating from manufacturing, and just using my finger works for it. You will never lose. For those of you who weren't here yesterday with my paper pumpkin unboxing, we were songs were getting in our heads, and we were talking about a song called Agadoo. And Agadoo is a song, I want to say, from the 80s. Because it played when I was at primary school or elementary if you have a different school system. And yeah, it's one of those, oh my god, what drugs were they on kind of songs, I think is the best way to describe it. I think I am Nelly out of Whisper White cardstock in here. Right, so I need a piece of paper because I know I don't have any large scraps. I'd have like four left. I think I can treat myself and open a brand new packet. Okay, so A Jar of Hearts, another song. Stars, hearts, because there was a pineapple die cut. That's exactly right. The Macarena was better than the Agadoo song. I totally agree with you there. And the Macarena is a pretty horrendous song. So, I am considering adding a grey. Even though I've been given this colour challenge over on the SU Colour Challenge Facebook group, we are allowed to add neutrals. So I'm just going to add basic grey to stamp the jar and possibly to stamp the flowers. Yes, Delinda, you're exactly right. Jamie is a feisty Australian and it is all Jamie's fault. Any blame coming off me, I will take, because she wrote the words. I did not. She started it. Now I have the song back in my head, Jamie. Thank you. Okay, so I have just stamped that down perfectly. And I think I might I might do Seaside Spray jar, because these are our reversible stamp sets. So this side will fill that whole jar. I'm having thoughts, people. I'm going to leave all these open for the moment and see how we go. Oh, stop, Jennifer and Baby Shark. You girls are incorrigible, seriously. Okay, I've adhered that the wrong way on the block. So one side of this is the detail and this side is our, helps if I ink it up evenly, people, and this side is totally bold. Now I don't mind if this isn't perfect, but I have just made a blue mason jar. Now if you were my stamped chamois, where would I have put you yesterday? Dun, 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 dun. That's 4 ink pads. That's my giveaway stamp set. Sorry guys, I had my stamp chamois yesterday because you girls used them with me because I cleaned off stamps and they didn't go back where they were meant to. That's always the problem, isn't it? When things don't go back where they're meant to. Oh, I have news about my Big Shot. Wash my mouth out with soap. I have news about my cut and emboss machine. I am getting a replacement sent out to me. I really can't find this. I might just have to use, even though I don't like using it, I may just have to use this. You guys are terrible. Terrible, terrible souls you are. Okay, can't find this. I do prefer not to use the Stampin' Mist because I find I'm slack cleaning these, and any colour that is left in the scrub stains our photopolymer stamp sets, which annoys me to no end. So I tend to use our chamois, but when all else fails and you can't find them, you have to use something else. Good evening, Miss Donna. How are you? You don't want anyone to miss the fun, Delinda. You're funny. Okay, so we have used we have already used our Seaside spray. I'm thinking I may like to stamp some hearts on here that it's a decorated jar. Now, I don't know if this is going to look naff or not, but I'm going for it. And I'm going to do stamped off Merry Merlot hearts. Oh, Roz, I don't use baby wipes or diaper wipes as you called them because they leave fibres on the stamps. So other than that, I will use a microfiber cloth that's just been sprayed with water because that doesn't have fibres, or it shouldn't. Stamp off. And I'm going to stamp this partially off. Oh, that looks pretty stamped off. So pretty. Okay. And then I am going to pop these down a titch. And I just want to add one more. Oh, stamp it off. And I may just need to add another one. So this is a great stamp that you can build up. I want to add one there. I think I'm done. I could keep. I kind of want to add that teeny one. Look at me go. I can't just stop, can I? Nope. Okay, I'm fine now. Now that it's a little bit better, I can stop. Ah, okay. Okay, fair enough, Roz. Fair enough. Hey, Shelley, good to see you. Okay, so I have stamped off with the Merry Merlot. I'm still deciding if I want, because I will make a card using the strings hanging down, but this is not this card. I am still thinking I want to use those flowers out of the Jar of Flowers stamp set. Okay, that's all clean. But then that requires hand cutting. Ah, fair enough, Roz. Oh, new stamps, always hard to get off the blocks. Okay. I will use a sentiment from this set as well. We're just not at that point yet. Okay. So that can put it in the box. Then we don't lose things like a stamp box of chamois that really shouldn't be anywhere other than where it should be. Right, okay, flowers. I want to use this one because I can use all the colours in the colouring, and like that's like a waratah, which is native. It's actually our state flower, is the waratah, which is a bit cool. I am thinking do, I want to just stamp this straight on top or as a separate piece. Well, I can't because I've got hearts there. That wasn't good thinking. Right, I'm also going to stamp this in grey. I don't know how this is going to stamp, but we shall soon see. Well, this looks as though it's transferring beautifully. Oh, lovely. I love grey as an alternative to black, to black ink. It's just a bit softer. So I think I will use my blender pen to do a touch of colouring. Yes, I do. I think I like the empty jar more than I like the jar with the striations on it. I don't know, the empty jar just, I know, it's just got more for me. That's the only thing I hesitated with this Jar of Love stamp set, was the jars, the fact they have those reflections on them. But yeah, hey, that's me. Okay, done. So these are our two stamp sets. Now I need to have, I don't need the grey any, I may need the greys, but I'll pop that to the side. And I need to have all of these open so I can use them. So those, who out there owns a blender pen and uses it often to colour with? Because I don't have all these colours in blends, so I thought I want to do the same type of colouring for each one. So what I'm doing, I'm basically creating a palette on here of all 4 colours, and I'll leave them open in case I need more. So I've got my peacock, I've got my Seaside Spray, Merry Merlot, and my Bumblebee. So I'm going to start with my Waratah, and I'm going to go in with this, and this is going to take a bit of time, and you don't want to go over this cardstock too much, otherwise the Whisper White will peel. So I'm going through here, taking the bulk of the ink off, and then I can go in with the lighter ink and shade it in. So same principles as your normal colouring. I'm putting dark down on the edges, and then I am blending it out. But because these images don't have a huge amount of space, I'm literally using as much of the dark as what I can, and then going back in with the leftover ink on the pen, which is colourless, so then I can blend out from there, and just going in a few petals at a time. And here I didn't have any dark, but I can add some dark at the bottom there. So hopefully I am doing this colouring justice. You girls know I'm not a colourist at heart. I am a slap it on there, let's get this done kind of colourist, and I like it that way. It's just my style. I don't have a steady enough hand to do much else. But you can see, and I'll just go over some of these blank places, that, Jamie, does that look like a waratah? Ah, awesome. Okay, now to clean this off, because for the moment I'm finished with the red, although that carnation could be red. So all I do is scribble the colour out, and now I'm going to be so bold as to go into the yellow, and you should see that the yellow is not red. It is actually yellow. Surprise! How awesome's that? And you can scribble it off so you get down to the lighter colour. If you haven't got anywhere dark to add in, you can go just scribble it off. And then for my flower centre, I may just mix a little bit to create an orange for the middle, because these are like daffodil type bits. So I can do all of these centres while I'm going, and then scribble it off. So you can see that is actually really quite orange. And now go back to our bumblebee. Okay, give these a colour. I just want to slap it down, get it on. Hello Rhonda, long time no see. Hope you are doing well. I need a titch more colour. I'll go in one of those lighter spots where I have been. So that is that. I might do peacock berries. I just don't have a green. This is my issue. I don't have a green, but I can always just dilute, make this peacock much lighter, and do it that way. So even though this peacock doesn't necessarily come out in nature, we will use it for all these berries because it looks nice. Or they might be red berries. And I do always twist the pen around to get all sides of that nib. Okay, I would like some of this Merry Merlot quite diluted for this carnation. May even add some of this lightly over the top just to change the colour out. Now, the leaves. Hello, Miss Cindy. Hello, Kate. Oh, awesome. That's fantastic, Kate. Okay, so if I did some of this and some of this, I would be creating a type of green. Look at that. So even though they've set me a colour challenge, I am still technically using those colours. Look at me go. Okay, this is great. So the bumblebee and the peacock make a lovely, lovely, oh, I need more yellow in that. Make a lovely green. It's definitely more on the garden green side of things. and I'm thinking maybe some peacock and some red. Oh, that'll make purple, won't it? Maybe I need to add in some of that as well. Just thinking, yeah, a brownie red for these. I think I'm all coloured. That didn't take us very long at all. This is sort of a blacky red, but it was enough that, oops, scribbled a bit on the image. Now I just need to get a baby white. Okay, that is all clean, ready to go for next time. Hello, Carol. Just doing some light colouring here. I do always keep my baby wipes a bit further away, just because otherwise I'd reach for them all the time, and they're not particularly environmentally friendly, even though they do a fantastic job at what they do. I try not to use them, but for this cleanup, it's kind of the best thing. That block is now ready to use for stamping, and that can just sit in the top of my bin. Okay, now I'm going to be really smart and close all my ink pads, because we know what will happen, and it'll end in tears, and I'll be incredibly sad that I've stuffed up my stamped image, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, so Sharon, my upline popped over this morning with her cut and emboss machine, and we tried the same embossing folder, so the evergreen forest embossing folder and the ornate frames dies through her, and I cranked them smooth as silk, and I had no problems. Kate, I'll see you later. So I'd already been talking to Stampin' Up, and they have agreed that my machine is not right, and they are replacing it. So that order went in this morning. I can still use it for things in the meantime, but they've just asked that I send it back, which is perfectly fine, just so they can have a look at what's wrong with it, and they can amend that with future batches. So yeah, it's not that anything, it just was slightly too tight, and yeah, just in case I have any ink on my hand, because I'm killing all the skin on my hands anyway. I think I may have blocked this somehow. No, don't know what's going on. I think I'm sitting a tinge lower than what I normally am. I think that's the problem, but that's okay. Okay, hand sanitizer out. I got hand sanitizer at the dentist with their stuff on it. So yeah, it just, I'll punch this out first actually. I just needed to be patient, talk to them, try it myself, and Stampin' Up are always fantastic about, they want us to have the best experience, and if something isn't right, they go, yep, that's our bad, and they will fix it. So this is the jar punch. So I've punched out my jar, and it can sit just there so I know where it is, and I will just snip around this piece just to make it a tinge easier to snip out. Okay, and I will trim up that piece later, but that's for future Ellen to worry about. So do we like the colouring that I did on this? Do we think it looks pleasing? Did I do the colours justice? Yes. Okay, Beverly, yeah. And it's not all the machines, and I'd hate to think how many they have already sold and have been sent out. So there's always going to be issues with the machine, or not issues, but the tolerances on those types of machines are all slightly different. Look at me, chatting and cutting. When did I become that person? So yeah, but they were fantastic about it. I'm sure she would have replaced it straight up, but we weren't sure at that point if it was the folder or my machine. I think they are replacing my folder as well, just in case it is that, so they're covering all bases. But now after this morning, we cut 4 more passes of that embossing folder, so I have like a bazillion more of those to use, which is good because I went through all my birthday cards for the rest of the year, and I'm quite a few masculine cards short, so they will do really well on some masculine cards that I will need to make between now and the end of November, because those cards are for my December birthday people. I did that the other night. I was watching a TV show here at my craft desk, and I didn't particularly want to craft, so I grabbed out my birthday cards and paired my labels with envelopes and some cards, so they're at least allocated to the person, and then all I have to do now is write on those cards and have them ready to send. So I normally try and use my time wisely because I've been sucked into a TV series at the moment. Hey Deb, yeah, even the big shots were all different. I'm glad the flowers look great. Sorry, I'm just going to scroll up here. Oh, and is yours nice and smooth, Deb? Because if it's, yeah, I'm now going to be asking everyone if there's something wrong, just see if you can test another Demonstrator's ones. Sorry, this is a little intricate, but all this hand cutting is going to be worth it in the end, because I don't like it. I like the more intricate cuts and not the cutting straight across the top there. For me personally, for my cards that I make, I feel that's a little unfinished. So out of what kind of card should we make this? We've got all these sentiments, so tell me what type of card you vote that we're making, because while I'm doing this, that gives you girls something to do and talk to me about. Nothing worse than dead air time. And when my cut and emboss machine comes, I will do a part 3 unboxing and show you the difference. But I'm very glad that I've still left that video up, so other people who have had issues, and some of who have actually contacted me privately, they knew that it was an issue, and one had already had hers replaced, which is fantastic, and the other ones are just going through the motions as such. Okay. Sorry, I'm hoping I'm doing this on screen. I kind of sort of am not, but it's a bit hard not to for me. Kind of need the stability of my limbs close to me. Sorry, not great airtime. Sending hugs, thinking of you. Oh, okay, Cindy, no problems at all. My pleasure for sharing. You know I'm always around. Got to amuse you girls somehow. Keep you out of mischief. Or corral your mischief into one place where I can make sure you're not being too mischievous. We're getting there. We're getting there. This has been, I love this image, but I always knew, I think I avoided it because I knew it was just going to be a little bit of intricate cutting, but hey, I'm doing really good. And with all my hand issues, I do enjoy using my sprung scissors for cutting like this, but it hasn't been as bad as what I initially anticipated. So there's that. Okay. Just the last few little bits. Okay, just a big cut there. Actually, I'm going to get rid of all that bulk. That's going to make it. Yes, exactly. That's exactly right, Cindy. They don't know unless we tell them. So, yeah. Yes, exactly, Beverly. That is the one I think I'll use. Hey, Leanne. Okay, sending hugs it is, which is this one here. And we'll start laying out the card and work out how and everything what orient. I think this will have to be a portrait card. Just with the jar and these flowers, I don't think we have much choice at all there height wise. Now I've just got to see if I can get all the way up into here, which I can. And the last little snip, and that is like 10 minutes of your life that you're not getting back. But hey, it is cut out. I'm going to, these colours are really in the way. I'll bring them back in later because I'm getting a shadow from my light. Okay, so let's see how these pop on here, but I am thinking I may put them on a vellum bed just to give them a home. Oh, not a problem. Ooh, nice. Ew, you won't be able to touch your phone. Okay, I'm definitely thinking of putting it on a bed of vellum. I like that, a bed of vellum. That's cute. But I'm thinking of not making this a card front. So let me grab, I'm thinking what colour, and I'm possibly, no, I'm not going, my watch is telling me to stand up, which isn't helpful at this point. I'm thinking of grabbing some pretty peacock actually, and I even think I have a card base pre-cut and scored, cut but not scored. And I'll show you, no, that looks way too wide actually. Way too wide. Yeah, Jamie gets quiet. She likes to do housework. It is exactly the right width, girls. Okay, that is now scored. Bone folder. And we shall see here. Was thinking I could use some of these bits in the background, but I'm really thinking it doesn't need it. Now, doesn't that look nice? I may matte it in another colour, but I'm thinking about there, which is what measurement? About there. So if I go 2 1/4, just let me, might even just go 2 1/2 inches. Okay. Oh, I like that, and keeping it offset a bit, I think, as well. But I'm definitely thinking, oh, does it need, I don't think it needs the vellum now. I truly don't, but I will grab, I think just a little bit of the Merry Merlot will just bridge the harshness between the bumblebee and it'll just bridge the gap. Wait and see. Merry Merlot. I was looking in the wrong part. So let's see what we have here. Those pieces are too short. This piece is perfect because it's already been stamped on. Okay, start my craft lounge off to the side. So if this piece is 2 1/2, I might just make this 2 and actually I will make it the correct height to start off with. That didn't really cut. I thought it felt a bit weird because I'm cutting right on a scored edge, which isn't helpful. Okay, and so we made it 2 1/2, so make it 2 3/4. And I think that will give a lovely touch. I'm just trying to go back through and touch on all the colours. So we've used them all in the stamping, and then I've used this. I've used a lot of the Seaside Spray and a little bit of the Merry Merlot and a bit of the Peacock. So just going back through and just using them. If I don't like this, I can always try the Seaside Spray, but I somehow think this should work. Now I say should. Do you know what? I'm not liking it. I'm going to go the Seaside Spray and see how we go. That is a whole card front, which isn't helpful. What? It is a combo, and it is this lovely combo. I didn't choose it. Who chose it? Jane Martin chose it for me, actually. Okay, that piece of will be used, even though it's got stamping on the back. Sorry, just turning off my little heater. I was cold. I'm always cold. Always cold. So 2 3/4, and I can always trim it down. I think my little heater might be on its way out, actually. It's not smelling fantastic. Okay, sunshine. No, that is not the piece. While I'm here, I'll put this leftover piece back into the Flowers for Every Season pouch. Put that over there. Do you know what? I am going to be using that vellum under this. I don't like that either. It's just, I know some of you girls may like it, but it's just not singing to me and it's competing. So I'm going to use a piece of vellum under this piece, and that will add the layer that I want without adding another colour. And I don't have a piece of scrap that is big enough. Here's my vellum. Okay, I am cutting a whole new sheet. Hey Renee, thanks for joining. Oh, thank you, Bev. Had them on a week now. I'm loving them. I think they're very pretty. But you girls know I change it up. Change is as good as a holiday. Okay, trim her back down. Trim her up, trim her down. I don't know whether I'm Arthur or Martha. Coming or going. Right, I do know whether I'm Arthur or Martha, but you know what I mean. Right. And we said we wanted 2 3/4. Putting my scraps straight back in the container. No, I don't think the peacock is too much. I like that contrast because I haven't used a lot of it in here. But I'm thinking, now you tell me if that looks better while I get out my other stamp. Now, does just the piece of vellum look better? And I'll get out sending hugs. And I'll have a drink. Okay, Bev, what do you think? I know I'm putting a teeny stamp on a big block, but just trust me. It's a coloured mason jar, so it doesn't need the stems, Jennifer. I think if I stamped over this again with the stems, it'd look weird. I'm afraid if I put the stems in, it'll ruin my nice coloured mason jar. Oh, nice. I'm coming to your... Well, actually, no. I'm going to my dad's birthday dinner since it's his birthday today. Hey, Bev. Oh, you're not sure, Bev? Carol's liking it. Meatballs to freeze. Look at you go. So, sentiment here. Thinking sentiment at the bottom. Oh, please excuse my digestion making awesomely horrid sounds. I'm thinking I need a kind of label, which I'm looking at my punches and they're all like way too big, so I need to grab. Okay, can I please have some Mars bar slice for Friday if it lasts that long, please? Okay. Jamie is coming to help me with my die storage because I love my my sheets, but the box is killing me because I have to, oh pardon me, I have to move each individual sheet to find exactly what I want, and it's kind of, pardon me, doing my head in. Could use the nested labels dies and use this one right here. Now, need to work out, because that was the first one I came across, that's what I'm going to use. No dilly-dallying. Taking one on one. Oh, taking one. Ah, that's okay. You take one to your craft day. She'll enjoy it. Okay, so I'm thinking to build in a bit of the white, because we do have a bit of white. I've just now got to work out what I'm stamping with colour-wise, because we've got to stamp with some kind of colour. Whether I do, look, we can do a couple of things, can't we? We can. If all else fails, I'll do you know what? I'm going to do this with basic grey, because I think I've used so much colour. I think the balmy blue on basic grey or whatchamacallit, Stampin' Pretty Peacock. Okay, I'll try both on here. I'll go grey first, basic grey on here first, and then I will man, that's pretty shit stamping. Oops. I say I will never swear in my things, and I just did. I think I just pressed too hard, and that's not hard enough. Oh my dear word. Nice even pressure. That's better. That's the one. And I'm thinking I'm liking, I will try the peacock. I think the peacock could work equally as nicely. You do. Yeah, that's actually really, I think I just hopped that, right? So, do we like the, I'm thinking the grey doesn't compete, but I can cut. Just thinking the grey doesn't compete at all. I think it'll be too much. I think the grey. Nice, simple, elegant. Sorry, I had a phone call. I apologise, I'm back. I will return that person's phone call when I am finished. Okay. I'm just closing these up because we all know what I will do. I know, I'm just thinking I just like the grey better. Don't ask me why, but I do. Okay, so let's bring Clem in. Give him a hurrah. See how he goes. Okay, Clem is on the floor. I can still use him. It's just he's a little, just a tinge tight. But that's okay. For this kind of die, he should work perfectly fine. So as you can see, I have been doing a lot of die cutting. The only thing I'm missing with this, and it will be coming, is the magnetic mat or the magnetic plate. Jam it down so it doesn't move, and it moved. So, do you know, I could, and I do here, just have a piece of tape. Just going to get this back in the right spot. Tape it down, and then I don't need to worry because I know it's not going to move. See, just like butter. The really intricate things, it's just not coping with at the moment, but these little dies just go through like butter, which is awesome. Okay, sending hugs. That looks really nice actually, although it is slightly different to the Stampin. I'm thinking I need to re-stamp it. The colours are just off, and that is going to do my heading. So this can go in my use it up box for another project, and I think I'll just use white with, I don't know, we'll see. We shall see. Whisper white. I think I have some scraps. My Whisper white scraps. Where are my Whisper white? I'm losing everything today, girls. Very vanilla scraps, vellum, Whisper white scraps. There we go. I found them. Clem is a good name, Bev. I like Clem, and yeah, that name will absolutely stick. But Jamie did point out that I have named all my machines after old men, because I've got Larry the labeler, Dennis the Dymo addresser, and then I have Clem the cut and emboss machines. So they're sort of the old men that help me in the craft area. Or the cardigan crew, didn't you call them, Jamie? Yes, I know where they were. I just couldn't find them on the shelf. Okay, just cleaning off the pretty peacock, and we will bring this in. The cardigan crew. Not that I even wear cardigans, but apparently I have a cardigan crew. Oh, maybe I'll flip this over where there isn't a mark. Leave that there for a few seconds to transfer. Flip it off. Perfect. Sometimes these last little details are the most pain in the bottom. Ah, Stephanie the Stamparatus. My Stamparatus doesn't have a name. I like Stephanie the Stamparatus, but all mine are men. They're all men things. I don't know why that either. Could have Louise the labeler, but I don't. Okay, so take two. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to be choosing one or the other, I think. Now I have my painter's tape here. Washi tape will do the same thing. Done. Nice. Yes, I do have Stan, but that I didn't name Stan. My girlfriend named Stan. Oh yes, that's much cleaner. There's no competing, except the fact that there's more room at the top ascending than at the bottom. But do you know what? It's handmade, not Hallmark. Okay, pop that die back. Take these plates off and put them back in their home. Close Clem. He can go back on the ground for the moment. Right, liking this, then I will need to find some embellishments. I am still thinking of placing it offset, which I think will look fabulous. Now, I'm going to follow my rule of not using whatchamacallit, wet glue on my vellum, because it does, oh, that is way too far, because it does buckle the vellum, and I'm going to have vellum sticking out, which was not the aim of the game, but now I have the It's a Knockout song in my head, Jamie. It was a variety game show back in the 80s as well. Sorry, I'm just concentrating while I line this up as straight, apparently not, as I can. Sorry girls, I'm not even looking at comments at all. Okay, that's straight, that's better. Okay, big scissors are living here. I know, right? I know. Art, the Stamparatus. Yes. Stravatus. Oh, I'm not. If I can't say it, the name can't work. I don't want to name my Stamparatus. Stamparatus is fine to say. See, that's the other bit that's just cut and emboss machine. It's just a bit wordy. So it's just Clem. Okay, right, we've got that. I like it offset. So while I've got this glue here, so the aim of, which I didn't just do, the aim of using seal, tip up, pull back, glide on, tip up, pull back, glide on, tip up, pull back. And that's as easy as using the Stampin' seal is. I have heard a lot of people having issues. But once I got that technique down pat, I have not had any issues, which has been fantastic. So I do just have a titch of an overhang here, so I'll just cut that off, and as you can see, it was only a titch, but it was annoying me all the same. Okay, now we're going to need dimensionals and then some form of embellishment, and I think I know which embellishments I'm going for. I think. Now, I'm assuming I want... do you know what? I think I might go down and then... No, doesn't work like that. Or do I go in the middle and then this off to the side? I kind of like that. And I will want to grab my light please excuse my dry throat. So I want to ground this jar, and I'm going to use the light smoky slate. I don't want the bullet end, Ellen. Okay, so I just do that, and then I take my colour lifter and I just push it down into the cardstock so it's not as prominent. Now that is wet, that will dry. So I'm going to lie the jar flat and then make the flowers dimensional. Okay, that's better. Not working in a shadow. Hey, Rose. You're not using... my dear word. Hang on, I've missed a comment. The violin maker? What are you girls going on about now? Here I am busily making a card and you guys are goofing off. Okay. And I've actually got straight lines to work with, girls. This is amazing. But I haven't put my shadowing down in a straight line. But that's okay. I can deal with that. Okay, some dimensionals. Just normal size. I don't feel we need anything smaller. We only have one piece that didn't work because the rest of it were just scraps. Where are my normal scissors? They are here. I think I've worked out that this week I need to make like 15 cards of 2 different designs for 2 different things that are coming up. Oh no, plus that, about 17 cards of 3 different designs. God help me, girls. Might need all the strength in the world. Ah, okay, right, that makes sense. Thank you, Jamie, for putting that in one comment so I didn't have to scroll back. Okay, now I could add Winker Stella on these flowers and make them all shimmery, but I'm not going to. I'm going to add some shimmery gems. Okay, so I still want to show kind of the bottom part of the top of this mason jar. So just like that. And then pop this up. I like that this is white. It just, I don't know, it doesn't compete with anything. It's nicely there, and I'm glad I put some detail in the with the nested label stars. And I promise I will be back to use the strings in this jar. I've been sitting here formulating some ideas. I think I like it nestled in there, and the fact it's sort of covering, it's attached to everything on the card, really means it is it's connected, because it's going under, over. So perfect. Great. Don't need this glue anymore. And just add a scattering of bling, and the bling that I want is the elegant faceted gems, but I'm going to use the clear and the frosted, and I do, because I love them so much, I bought a new one because I've almost run out. I could, but I'm past that point. Hey Sam, hey Sam. Just because the twine I've got is the linen thread and there's no like brown on it. I don't know. I just don't think that colour. Look, I may even just tie a bow because it is a great idea. Because the twine sits on a flat surface, you get kinks in it, so I just run it down my thumb to straighten it out. And it does actually put a tinsy bit of curl in it. Okay, grab that loop. Because I'm thinking what might be nice, and Jamie's right, is just adding that homely bit, and it's a non-paper texture. Okay, perfect. I'm going to make these ends like way too long, and I will just pop that there. So I could just add that just like in there. So I could add that just there. I'm going to leave that sit while I grab my gems. I'm going to have to open this pack. I'm thinking I might even just use the white ones because it just adds that pop of white rather than using the clear, and they are shimmery as well. Perfect. Okay, great. So I just like it in between those two flowers. So put one under the label because that really connects. I've got some type of colour on that one, although I could hide that just up there and no one will know that there was an issue, and my computer has just shut down because I wasn't touching it. Oh, and it's on 3%. Tells me I need to finish up. I will grab the charger and see if I can charge it from where it is. That I can do. I didn't charge it after I used it last night. Okay, so I've got those. Need one more up here. I love that shimmer. It's almost like the shimmery white paint is encased in it. It's gorgeous. Okay, I think there, and I don't know, we need like, it creates that. I kind of want one over here, I think, but I don't mind it just peeking out. What do we think? Do we need more or less gems? Because I can always remove gems. Thanks, Rose. Hey, Linda. I know. These gems are the elegant faceted gems. These are in the annual catalogue. So I've used a lot of annual catalogue products, but the Lots to Celebrate stamp set is in the mini catalogue. Looks fine. Okay, cool. I'm just rolling this one up on the end of my scissors, and then what I will do is I will kind of jam it up into there, pop our bow on and pull it out all at the same time. And then I can always make it slightly smaller, and then we can just trim this just doesn't want to pull through now. I'm going to have to make this end big again. Oh, jeez Louise. Why fuss with it, Ellen? Why fuss with it? Okay, I'm going to have to pull it off and fuss with it. Otherwise it will annoy the heck out of me. So I can't make this bigger, so I have to make this bit smaller. Oh, come on, come on. No! Oh, just go with it, stick it back down, leave it as it is, and just deal. Just deal. Shouldn't have touched it in the first place. That'll teach me, won't it? Okay. Snip these ends, and that is this card done. God knows how long I've been on, a whole an hour and a half of fluffing around, but hey, we got there in the end. Oh, these scissors don't cut. There we go. Right. So, the things we have used today. Colour Challenge on the SU Colour Challenge. We are a group on Facebook. I am one of the, on the design team. So, I just put up inspiration and we choose the colours every month. I have used the Elegant Faceted Gems, the Lots to Celebrate and Jar of Flowers stamp set. This is our card, and I have also added in the stitched nested labels dies, the linen thread, and because I am so efficient and put it away, I have coloured with one of our blender pens. So if you want to purchase any of these products, I do have the link in our in the notes here in the description, so that is all there. I also have a bit of a giveaway this month, so for any online order you do go into the draw to get the Warm Hugs stamp set in iridescent pearls, so up until the end of the month. So yeah, it is so the pressure of tying a bow, Donna. I did the bow fine and then I over fluffed it. I'm glad you like it. I like it. Something a bit different for me, which is good. And I don't often use our blender pens, so nice to get those out and play with those for some simple colouring. So I hope everyone has a good couple of days. I will be back on Thursday my time to share another card. I may crack open some Christmas cards on Thursday and see how we go, because I can't make all Christmas cards between now and Christmas. I have to pepper in some other cards as well. So yeah, I know I wasn't sure about it either, Jamie, but I'm really, that's why I went, oh, if I go florals I could make it work, because I'd already chosen this before I got the colours, so I sort of had to make it work. Hey Kel, I'm just leaving, so you'll have to catch the replay when it comes up in a few minutes. So everyone have a great couple of days. Any questions, ask in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great couple of days. Bye.